Have you paused to ask why your first million remains out of reach? Reflect clearly on your current state. Are you truly satisfied with the pace of your progress? Too many allow the sands of time to slip through their fingers, watching their dreams remain dreams, never crossing into reality. Do not become one who, years from now, looks back in regret, wondering what could have been. Andrew Carnegie once told me plainly, "Success is never accidental. It is the direct result of deliberate thought and decisive action." He did not amass wealth through chance or vague intention. Carnegie's success came through purposeful action, executed with precision, clarity, and unwavering confidence. Wealth is not a matter of luck. It is the certain result of a deliberate mind and persistent hands. Thomas Edison echoed this truth with every invention he pursued. He never waited for permission, perfect conditions, or external approval. Edison moved decisively from concept to action, acting as though success was already achieved. This decisive action is the signature trait of all men who rise from humble beginnings to wealth and greatness. Each moment you hesitate, you lose the power of now, the present moment where your fortune lies waiting. Every second lost to doubt or indecision sets you further back from the fulfillment of your goals. Understand clearly, time waits for no one. Your first million will not chase you. You must chase it with unwavering determination and absolute clarity of purpose. Imagine vividly the freedom your first million brings. Feel deeply the confidence that comes from knowing your finances are secured. Picture clearly the life you will lead when the burden of financial uncertainty is lifted forever. Allow yourself to see, hear, and feel this state now as if it is already yours. Such imagination ignites a fire of motivation within your soul. You have within you the same potential, the same inner power as Edison, Carnegie, and Ford. The difference between them and the majority is simple. They acted with a clear, definite purpose, and they acted without hesitation. They carried themselves as though success was not only possible, but certain. You must do likewise, behaving today as though you have already accumulated your first million. The mind responds to certainty. It obeys the thoughts you hold vividly and with repetition. If you think like a millionaire, act like a millionaire, speak like a millionaire, you will inevitably become a millionaire. Your life right now must reflect the abundance you seek. Your behavior today must be the clear expression of your fulfilled desire. Success demands your immediate action. Hesitation is the enemy. Each delay weakens resolve. Each excuse drains power. Act now with certainty and persistence. Move now with confidence and clarity. When you do, wealth becomes attracted to you as surely as iron is drawn to a magnet. The rich have no special magic. They have clarity and determination. They move through life as though success is their birthright, taking actions that match their vision. Carnegie saw clearly the vast steel empire before it existed. Edison envisioned light where others saw darkness. They acted upon their vision as though it were already real, compelling reality to comply. You too must move in this way. Your first million is already yours, if you claim it now, not by wishful thinking, but by acting with absolute certainty. When you carry yourself with the quiet confidence of one who is already wealthy, the world responds with opportunity, favor, and abundance. Understand that your mind is the architect of your future. Your thoughts today shape your reality tomorrow. To accumulate your first million, you must first conceive it clearly, believe it fervently, and act immediately. Every wealthy individual knows this truth. Abundance is first mental before it becomes physical. Let the power of this truth fill you. Wealth will never find the hesitant. It obeys only the confident. It serves only the decisive. It comes to those who claim it with certainty and purpose. You must become such a person immediately, clear in thought, certain in action, relentless in pursuit. Imagine now the freedom, security, and influence your first million will provide. Act as though it is already yours. Walk as if your future is already secured. Speak with the confidence of achievement. Make decisions with the boldness of fulfillment. Every step taken with this mindset draws your desired success closer. The wealthy act not as hopeful dreamers, but as confident achievers. They understand clearly that confidence and certainty are the seeds of abundance. Your mind and behavior must reflect the person who already has what you seek. Riches flow toward those who embody wealth in thought, speech, and action. Life rewards clarity and action. It punishes vagueness and delay. You must decide now to seize your fortune, not tomorrow or next year. The wealth you desire is available, waiting for you to claim it with immediate and decisive movement. Do not let doubt delay you further. Act now with absolute certainty. Let your every word, action, and choice clearly reflect your fulfilled desires. Act today as if your first million is already secured. Carry yourself with authority. Speak with confidence. Decide with certainty. Behave like one who has already succeeded, and success will inevitably follow you. Take immediate and powerful action now. Your first million depends entirely on your decisions today, your actions now, your behaviors at this very moment. Decide clearly that you will no longer delay. Act now as the wealthy do, with clarity, decisiveness, and relentless purpose. Speak this final affirmation powerfully and with absolute conviction. Today I claim the riches that are my birthright. Let this affirmation resonate in your mind and spirit. Let it guide your thoughts, inspire your actions, and shape your reality. Your first million awaits. Claim it decisively and without hesitation today. Now that you understand the urgency and power of immediate action, it is time to define your definiteness of purpose clearly and begin the path toward your fortune. No man has ever accumulated a fortune without first knowing exactly what he wanted. Wealth is not granted to the vague, the uncertain, or the drifting. It is claimed by the man whose aim is definite, who knows what he desires, why he desires it, and what he is willing to give in return for it. This is the law of all riches. They follow purpose. Thomas Edison did not stumble upon success by accident. He knew precisely what he wished to create. When he set his sights on developing the incandescent lamp, he did not dabble in multiple directions. He pursued one goal with singular focus. His clarity of aim dictated every decision, every experiment, and every day of labor. Edison once said, "I start where the last man left off." He did not begin his work with uncertainty. He began with a clearly defined end. His mind was already convinced of the outcome. This is how all men of wealth think. They begin with the end in mind and act as though they have already reached it. Let me say it plainly. If you have not yet made your first million, it is likely because your aim is not yet definite. You cannot attract wealth if your desires are scattered. You cannot command money if your purpose changes with the wind. Wealth responds only to clarity, and that clarity must be established now. Sit quietly and ask yourself, what do I truly want? Be specific. Do not say, I want to be rich. That is not definite. State the exact sum. I will accumulate $1 million. Say when. Within 3 years. Say how. By rendering this exact service in this exact way. That is definiteness. Write it out. Place your written statement where you will see it every morning and night. Let your mind absorb it. Let your body obey it. Let your environment reflect it. You must live each day as though your aim has already been achieved. This mental discipline is the root of success. Repeat aloud. I clearly define my aim and move directly toward my first million. Say it until you believe it. Say it until your every action agrees with it. Let these words govern your thoughts and shape your decisions. Definite thought leads to definite action. Definite action leads to definite wealth. Do not leave your goal in your imagination. Put it on paper. Speak it aloud. Let it guide your daily routine. Let it influence how you spend your hours, whom you associate with, and what information you consume. When your goal is definite, your entire life moves toward it. Look to Carnegie. When he was but a young man, he declared that he would one day become the wealthiest man in America. He did not merely wish it, he planned it, he spoke it, he acted in harmony with it. And because he was definite, life made him so. Definiteness of purpose gives your work meaning. It gives your days direction. It gives your efforts alignment. Without it, you may work hard and yet build nothing of value. But with it, every hour you labor brings you closer to the exact outcome you have imagined. This principle is not reserved for geniuses. It is not exclusive to the well-connected. Any man, regardless of education or background, can begin with definiteness of purpose. But he must do so deliberately. He must decide once and for all what he truly desires, and then build his life around that aim. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack direction. They jump from one opportunity to another, from one plan to the next, never planting long enough to see a harvest. But the man who is definite in aim is like a tree rooted in fertile soil. His results multiply over time. Your definite purpose must also be backed by a clear plan of action, which we will cover later. But first, you must choose your aim. You must own it. You must commit to it entirely. If you do not know where you are going, how will you recognize the road when you see it? Take time today to define your aim. Choose the exact amount of money. Choose the exact time frame. Choose the exact method by which you will render service to receive it. Then write it. Then speak it. Then live from it. Let no day pass without aligning yourself to this purpose. Declare again. I clearly define my aim and move directly toward my first million. Let this statement not only inspire you, but command you. Let it be your daily instruction. When you are tired, read it. When you are tempted to quit, speak it. When you doubt, repeat it again. You must carry yourself like a man who knows where he is going. You must walk, talk, and act as if your wealth is already yours. This is not pretense. It is preparation. You are preparing the world to receive the man you are becoming. And that man is wealthy because he is definite. Keep in mind, the world follows the man who knows where he is going. People trust decisiveness. They are drawn to clarity. Opportunities arise for the man who moves with purpose. And doors open for the man who knocks with a firm hand and a focused aim. Once more, I remind you, vague desires bring vague results. Specific desires bring specific riches. If your aim is not yet written, it is not yet real. Do not deceive yourself. You cannot hold in your hand what you will not first hold in your mind with clarity and conviction. Let today be the end of wandering. Let today be the end of hesitation. Decide now. Define now. Write it. Speak it. Live it. Say it again. I clearly define my aim and move directly toward my first million. This is the first step to wealth. It is the step most skip, and therefore most never reach the prize. Now that your aim is clear, it is time to ignite the fire beneath it, the fuel that transforms thought into action and aim into reality. That fuel is burning desire. Desire is the starting point of all riches. Not a wish, not a hope. A burning desire, a fire in the heart so hot that it compels a man to act, to speak, to build, to persist. No man has ever attained his first million without first developing an intense and consuming desire for it. Thomas Edison's desire to create the electric lamp was not passive. It was a raging force. He did not merely want to succeed, he had to. His desire moved him to try and try again, despite repeated failure. That desire consumed him, guided him, and ultimately rewarded him. You must develop the same intensity. Without burning desire, your aim will remain a line on paper, an idea without motion. But with burning desire, that aim takes on life. You begin to move with urgency. You begin to think with clarity. You begin to create with energy. Repeat aloud, my burning desire drives me inevitably toward my first million. Let this statement be more than words. Let it be the spark that ignites your spirit. Let it rise in your chest when doubt whispers, when fatigue sets in, when others falter. Burning desire carries you forward. Desire begins with imagination. Picture your goal vividly. See your first million in your mind. Picture it in the bank. Picture the home, the freedom, the impact. Let it become real in your imagination, so real that your heart believes it already exists. The mind cannot distinguish between that which is vividly imagined and that which is physically real. When you live in your vision daily, your body begins to act accordingly. Your speech changes. Your habits change. You begin to walk and talk like a man whose fortune is already made. Burning desire transforms obstacles into stepping stones. The man of weak desire quits at the first sign of difficulty. The man of burning desire adapts, adjusts, and advances. He is not surprised by resistance. He expects it, and he overcomes it with certainty. How do you build burning desire? Begin by feeding it. Write your aim. Speak it aloud. Visualize your success daily. Associate with others who pursue greatness. Eliminate distractions. Refuse conversations that water down your vision. Strengthen the flame daily with action and belief. Do not wait to feel motivated. Motivation comes from movement. Begin now. Act in alignment with your aim. Even small steps taken daily when fueled by desire create momentum. And momentum is the evidence that desire is alive and working in your favor. Let your desire be greater than your excuses, greater than your fatigue, greater than your distractions. Let it speak louder than fear and move faster than doubt. The man who is driven by desire is not easily stopped. He becomes a force of nature. Barnes, who became Edison's partner, had no formal education, no money, no connections. What he had was burning desire. He wanted to be Edison's business associate more than anything in the world. He traveled by freight train. He arrived looking like a tramp, but he believed like a king. His desire was so strong, he did not ask for a job. He declared he would become Edison's partner. Edison saw in his eyes the unmistakable fire of conviction. Barnes was given a chance, and because he burned with desire, he outlasted those with talent and credentials. This is the power of desire. It gives weight to your presence, power to your words, energy to your efforts. It allows you to achieve what others only admire from afar. The man with burning desire will always outdistance the man with idle dreams. Speak again. My burning desire drives me inevitably toward my first million. Say it when you rise. Say it before you sleep. Say it until it becomes your rhythm, your pattern, your law. Say it until your actions match your desire, and your desire becomes your destiny. Desire is not silent. It is not polite. It is loud, determined, and relentless. It does not wait for permission. It does not apologize. It declares, this is what I want and I will have it. When you develop this level of desire, you become magnetic. Wealth moves toward you. Let no day pass without feeding your desire. Read your written aim. Speak your affirmations. Take action even when you feel resistance. The fire must be fed. If you neglect it, it fades. But if you feed it daily, it grows until it consumes doubt, fear, and limitation. Desire must become your identity. You must think of yourself not as someone seeking wealth, but as someone already possessing it. This mindset transforms behavior. And behavior, repeated with intensity, becomes habit. Habit becomes character. And character becomes wealth. Associate only with those who fan your flames. Avoid those who throw water on your goals. Let your environment be a reflection of your desire. Hang your goals on the wall. Speak of your vision often. Let others feel the fire when they're near you. The man who makes his first million does not stumble upon it. He creates it. He builds it. He summons it. And it begins with desire, a force so strong that it leaves no room for doubt. a force so bright it casts no shadows of hesitation. One final time, say it. My burning desire drives me inevitably toward my first million. These are not casual words. These are the declaration of a builder, a leader, a man whose time has come. Let them ring in your soul. Let them move your feet. Let them create your fortune. Now that your purpose is defined and your desire burns bright, you are ready for the next great law, the principle that links thought to result, desire to manifestation. That law is faith. Faith is the eternal force that binds desire to reality. It is the bridge between your inner world and your outer result. Without faith, desire weakens. Without faith, plans collapse. But with faith, true, unwavering faith, a man becomes unstoppable. Faith gives wings to purpose and power to every step forward. Henry Ford did not become a titan of industry by simply building machines. He built belief. While others doubted, he declared. While others hesitated, he produced. Ford said, "Whether you think you can or think you cannot, you are right." That is faith in its purest expression. Ford did not wait to see the road before beginning the journey. He believed the road would form beneath his feet as he walked. He acted in every situation as though success were certain, and the world was compelled to follow the conviction of his example. This is what you must now adopt. Faith must become your daily armor. Not the faith of hope, but the faith of knowing. You must think, speak, and act as though your first million is already in motion, because in truth it is, the moment you believe it is. Repeat after me. My faith is unwavering. I now receive my first million. Say it again with more strength, more certainty. These words are not simply affirmations. They are mental commands. They are the declaration of your belief spoken into the field of cause where all things are shaped. You must build faith through repetition. The mind does not believe merely because of logic. It believes through habit. Speak your aim aloud daily. Affirm your desire. Visualize your results. And most importantly, act in harmony with what you have declared. Let your speech reflect your belief. Do not say, "If I succeed." Say, "When I succeed." Do not say, "I hope to be wealthy." Say, "I am already building my wealth." Speak from the end, as if your dream is fulfilled, and soon it shall be. Let your behavior reflect your belief. If you say you are becoming wealthy, do you rise early? Do you work with intention? Do you associate with men of ambition? If not, your actions betray your words. Align your behavior with your belief. Let your emotions reflect your belief. The man of faith does not fear temporary defeat. He does not break under pressure. He does not panic when results delay. He smiles, for he knows the outcome. He stands steady while others tremble. That is the power of faith. Faith also acts as a magnet. It draws to you the people, resources, and ideas needed to fulfill your vision. When you believe with depth, others feel it. They trust you. They follow you. They support you because your certainty becomes their inspiration. Guard your faith. Doubt will come. It always does. But you must recognize it as the enemy. Replace it immediately with your affirmations, with images of your goal, with action that confirms your belief. The man who defeats doubt quickly becomes a man of extraordinary success. The greatest enemy of wealth is not poverty, it is doubt. Poverty is a condition. Doubt is a choice. Choose belief. Feed it daily. Let your faith become your fire, your compass, your strength. The world cannot resist a man who moves with quiet, consistent conviction. Let me make it plain. No man earns his first million without faith. For the road is uncertain, the work is difficult, and the rewards are not always immediate. But the man of faith continues because he knows, not believes, but knows that he shall have what he demands. Build your faith with visualization. Each morning, close your eyes and see yourself living your desired life. See the wealth, the freedom, the purpose. Feel it in your chest. Walk through it in your mind. The clearer the image, the stronger the faith. Build your faith with gratitude. Say thank you in advance for the wealth that is coming. Gratitude is proof of belief. When you give thanks before you see results, you demonstrate unshakable trust in the law of cause and effect, and that trust brings swift reward. Surround yourself with faithful men. A single doubter in your circle can poison your belief. Seek companions who speak with power, who live with purpose, who affirm your aim and strengthen your spirit. Let your mastermind be a garden of faith, not a field of weeds. Speak your belief aloud. My faith is unwavering. I now receive my first million. Let it become the song of your soul. Let it silence fear, kill hesitation, and fortify your action. Let it be your foundation, and let your life prove its power. Act in every moment as though your success is certain, not arrogant but confident, not boastful but assured, not reckless but bold. The man of faith does not wait to be told. He acts because he already knows the outcome. Faith turns invisible desire into visible result. It is the unseen cause behind every great fortune. You cannot explain it, but you cannot deny it. The men who walk with it bend the world to their will. They create where others collapse. They receive what others only wish for. You must now walk in faith daily. Speak your affirmations. Visualize your success. Act in alignment. Surround yourself with believers. Reject doubt. Cultivate confidence. Declare your wealth as already received, and then behave accordingly. This is the path to your first million. Say it one final time with absolute conviction. My faith is unwavering. I now receive my first million. Let these words enter your spirit, sharpen your thoughts, and ignite your action. You are no longer waiting for wealth. You are walking toward it, and it is walking toward you. With faith now anchored in your spirit, you are ready to give form to your vision through method, structure, and daily execution. The next law is organized planning, the map that carries your belief into practical, measurable results. Organized planning is the tool that shapes faith and desire into tangible results. Without a plan, even the strongest desire remains dormant. But with a clear, definite plan of action, desire becomes movement, and movement becomes wealth. Organized planning is the bridge from belief to bank. Andrew Carnegie, the great steel magnate, was not merely a man of vision. He was a man of precision. He planned everything. His goals were definite, his timelines exact, his methods strategic. He knew what he wanted when he wanted it and how he would get it. Carnegie surrounded himself with brilliant minds. He did not attempt to build his empire alone. He formed a mastermind alliance of men with specialized knowledge, uniting their talents toward a singular goal. Each man had a role, each day had a target, each move was deliberate. This is the method you must now adopt. Your desire and your faith must be translated into clear, detailed, and measurable steps. Your plan must live on paper. It must be reviewed daily. It must guide your actions, direct your hours, and discipline your decisions. Speak now. My organized plan guides my actions directly toward my first million. Say it again. Let this be your declaration of order, of structure, of intention. You are no longer wandering. You are building. And builders use blueprints. Begin by writing your goal at the top of the page. I will accumulate $1 million. Below it, write your time frame. Within 36 months. Below that, state what you will give in return by delivering high-value service in my chosen field. Then begin building the steps. List every action you must take. Break your goal into monthly, weekly, and daily targets. Determine how much you must earn per month. How many clients must be served. What skills must be sharpened. What contacts must be made. Planning is not dreaming, it is calculating. Assign deadlines. Assign responsibilities. If others are involved, communicate clearly. Eliminate guesswork. Let no day begin without clarity. Let no hour pass without action. Your plan must speak to you. remind you, instruct you, and move you. Refine your plan often. The road may curve, but your destination does not change. If one method fails, replace it. If one step proves too slow,